Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the Queers of Time podcast.
I'm Matt.
I'm James.
I'm Kenny.
And I'm Kat.
And this is a podcast to talk about all the gay stuff in the Wheel of Time.
Because we're gay and we like the Wheel of Time. As always, thank you to Lux for being our feral venerator of Serene. And thank you to Travis for the transcription and to Kevin for the video promotion.
So we love Matt. As of this podcast being released, he's now a published author with a physical book out. It's called
Violent Delights in Midsummer Dreams. It's an anthology, and one of my stories is in it. And also,
cool.
Unspeakable Horror, Dark Rainbow Rising, an anthology of queer horror.
Okay, well, I allotted time for one plug, so we're going to cut that second one. Thank you.
Oh, heck.
And we thought, what better way to honor Matt than to ask him to flex those author-writer wordsmithing skills a little bit. He is known for taking a somewhat farcical view of the book sometimes, so we thought it would be fun to ask him to summarize each book in the Wheel of Time series in his own unique way. So, Matt, how are you feeling about this?
I have done absolutely zero preparation, and I'm excited. I'm just going to raw dog it.
Ooh,
That's great.
Ooh, daddy.
okay.
Because right before this recording, we prepared a little bit with James. Well, James had done a lot of things, and then I was just putting bullet points. And there's a few books that are like, what the fuck is that character doing in this book? So
I am reading through it right now, and I have... clearly, I need to do a reread as well, because
Yeah.
I don't know.
I pulled these from Tarvalon.net's library, and there are some of them that I looked at the brief summary, which was just like 2 paragraphs. I'm like, that's not the whole thing. And then I go into the big summary, and I'm like, it's like 15 paragraphs. I'm like, fuck.
Jesus.
But I started, I copy pasted all of them, and then I started from one side to start doing bullet points. And can you start? Will you shut the fuck up, motherfucker?
Aw,
Don't speak to Titus that way.
poor little puss.
Travis, stop peeing. Travis has the bathroom door closed, and Titus gets mad.
You run a tight ship over there, huh?
Yeah, it's not the only thing that's tight.
Shut the fuck up, Titus.
No.
Travis, stop peeing. Wow. My goodness.
Anyway, yes, I started with A Memory of Light, and it was weird working backwards, because I was like, oh yeah, this thing happens. And then, oh yeah, there's this thing? Wait, I didn't mention that. Never mind. It's just weird. So we are going to try and go chronologically. We have bullet points for like the big events that happen or the general theme. And whatever Matt does not touch on, we will kind of share and we'll kind of just go from there. It's kind of very unplanned, we'll figure this out.
Yes.
I feel like it's only appropriate that some of the sapphics start with the new spring, so.
wait, Matt is supposed to do the summary.
Matt is starting.
I know, I'm saying like you guys can, you guys lead the discussion on new spring.
So Matt, what do you remember of New Spring?
Okay, so in New Spring, what had happened was
Oh no.
Moraine and Swan were having sex in the pillows in the White Towers. And so they were helping the Amarillan lady, and there was like some old bitch was also there, and she was the one who did the foretelling. And she like has like a big ass old orgasm. She's like, yo, this ginger kid's being born on the Dragon Mount right now, and the dragon's coming, and he's coming, and then she dies, and Moraine and Swan are like, oh shit. So like the last battle's coming. So in the meantime, Lan is like, I don't know, being angsty. And then like, so what happened was after that, Moraine and Swan like split up and like look like they do a cross-referencing. I don't know. They do some like librarian shit to like do some census taking shit. And then that Amarillan dies. I think she gets killed by the Black Aja. And then there's another Amarillan who's incompetent or stupid or something. I don't remember. But then like there's a battle of some sort just because a battle needs to happen to make the book seem like it has a story maybe. And
What? Can you tell me more about this battle?
no, I just feel like there's a battle in there somewhere.
I mean,
I know what it is. Trust me, I know what it is. I'm not going to tell you about it, but I know what it is.
I don't know if there's actually a battle. I just feel like he probably slapped a battle in there.
I mean, when was Rand born? During what event?
He came out his mama's coochie during the Blood Snow episode, so...
Which was during what war?
Which was...
The War of Northern Aggression.
Yep, that's
Yes.
the one.
Also known as...
The Avian de Sora Leaf. No, the Aiel Wars.
You know what? I'll take that.
You know what?
Yes.
That's close.
The Aiel Wars.
You know what? Yeah, we're going to take that, okay?
We're going to take it.
The Aiel Strike Back.
What else happens specifically with Moraine?
Mm-hmm.
She fingered Swan. Oh, and she bonded Lan.
Both true.
Oh, and Elida spanked her with weaves.
Mm-hmm. These are... I mean, I have to say...
Oh, and she became blue, Aja.
Okay. All of these are correct. There's another thing that happened that maybe has to do with Moraine's last name.
She renounces her damage red powers or something?
No.
Damage red powers?
Like her title or whatever?
You know, the powers that come from your last name?
I don't know what the heifer did. I listed everything.
You know what? I feel like Matt got a lot.
He got the White Tower part.
Yes.
She bonded Lan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why?
But lots happens. Lots happens between her leaving the tower and her bonding Lan.
Because she was like, it's Swan and me are the only ones who know that the baby is the dragon and we have to like save the world and I don't know, shit.
And then what is discovered? There's something that is discovered that is bad.
The Dark One is rising like a morning wood.
Okay, he's not gonna get it.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to get it. What happened?
Okay, so I can go with that. So yeah, Moraine and Swan are raised to Aes Sedai. They figure out the census was a good thing. I had forgotten to put that in the bullet list, but it's indeed something that they do because it's basically to look for the dragon reborn. They have to find every kid that was born close to Dragonmount. So that's what they do, and they collect the list of important names. And then the new Merlin tried to put Moraine on the throne of Cairhien because the Cairhien king died. It was the Aiel War with
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lament cutting the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So she flees the tower because she does not want to become a queen. She heads to Shadchin. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
Some town.
Yeah, some town in the borderlands. At some point, she meets Katsuen, and she also meets Lan.
Another Aes Sedai. There's another Aes Sedai there too. Who's
Oh,
Black Aja.
yes.
Oh, yeah, Marianne, who is mistress of novices.
Yes.
And yeah, she finds Swan in Shashin who tells her that the Black Aja exist.
Mhm.
And they are also hunting for the Dragon Reborn, but definitely to kill him. And yeah, the book ends with Moraine actually killing that Black Aja lady, Marianne. And then she bonds Lan. And she say bye-bye to Swan, who has to go back to the tower because she's becoming the blue Aja head of the eyes and ears.
Huh.
Yeah.
I should read that book. It sounds interesting.
There's a lot of rapey stuff on Lan's backstory.
Yeah.
That's not great.
It's not the best.
The Valkyrie custom is blah.
Weird.
But other than that, it's all the Moraine and Swad part are pretty cute.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments in New Spring is Swan falling asleep under the bed of the person that she's supposed to be spying on as part of and the person ends up getting killed, is murdered. And Swan is just...
And she's just sleeping under the bed.
She's just sleeping under the bed. And this is the person who grows up to become the Amerlin seat. And I just love that. It's delightful.
Look, it's just an oopsie.
It's a whoopsie.
Who hasn't had an oopsie?
It's a whoopsie, it's an oopsie. Yeah.
So yeah. Should we move on to the Eye of the World?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I expect you to do well on this one, considering that, you recently watched the show and you probably remember some other stuff.
Yes. And it's the one that I've read the most of.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the Eye of the World, there's a ginger twink named Rand al'Thor who is a country-ass kid.
No.
And he grows up with Matt and Perrin and Egwene and Nynaeve, who they're all like little angry backwater villagers. And then a magical lesbian comes to the village, and she comes with a warder who is not as sexy as her warder is in the show. And Trollocs come and they attack the village and people die, except we don't actually get the scene because Robert Jordan said, fuck writing a battle scene. And Moraine's like, yo, here's a big ol' long speech about the people of Manetheren. And I'm going to give, like, Robert Jordan was like, I'm going to give all these fanboys chills until they just quote the shit out of this speech and never let it go. And literally always hang on to that speech as if it was their long lost dead mother.
Wow.
I feel very insulted right now.
That's okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Fanboys and fanthems.
Yep, that's why I was insulted.
That was the problem.
And so that's how she convinces the ginger twink and his friends to go along, and they go to the woods, and they cross a river, and then they get split up in Shadar Lugosi because they're stupid, and they didn't listen to Moraine because Matt's a dumbass, and he gets the dagger because he likes phallic objects despite not realizing that part of himself yet. And then they're all on the road, and Matt and Rand fuck a lot on the road to White Bridge or Camelin. I don't know. They're going somewhere. And meanwhile, Perrin and Egwene spend like 500 pages, or at least it feels like 500 pages with Elias and then the Tinkers. And then, let's see. Oh, Moraine and Lan and Nynaeve do some things. And then there's a romance that doesn't actually happen because Robert Jordan can't write romance. And then there's White Bridge, which is like the color of like hardened cum, and they walk over that bridge. And
that was uncalled for.
What?
Which we didn't get in the show.
Oh my god.
And then like there's some Camelin shit, and they go to like Basil Gill's Inn, and there's like, oh, here's Logain, a character who we've never talked about before, except like maybe once, but now he's going to be paraded through the streets. And Rand stumbles into a garden and meets this dumb bitch and his sister.
Jesus Christ.
And maybe their hot half-brother who's also gay and can channel and who's perfect in every way and has the best character arc in the series. And after that, they go to the White Tower. No, they don't go to the White Tower. They have to go through the ways. They have to go through the taint. And then they go to like the place up north where there's like the not Tanchico. Fuck. It's called, it's the Borderland. It's the Borderland where the dude and his sister live. And then they actually go into the Eye of the World as a group, and not into the Blight as a group. And the Blight is actually cool and has a diversity of life. And it's not just a tangle of random ass vines that look the same because the CGI has been copied over and over several times. And it's the whole group going through. And then they meet the Green Man. And then Agenor and Balthamel come out and they're like, hey, bitch, we're here. We're queer. Get used to it. And then Rand's like, no, you're not. And he kills them both. And he drains the Eye of the World of its magical powers. And that's how Moraine knows that he's the dragon reborn. And then they find the banner and the horn, which is not buried under the king of Shinar's. Shinar! Is that it? Shinar?
No.
Shit. Ingtar.
I mean...
No, that's a character.
Ingtar is a name.
Ingtar is the guy's name.
Faldara.
Faldara, yes. Faldara.
It was in the show.
Which is in Shinir, so I'll give you half points.
Yes.
Look, I don't know. I can't tell the difference between all them countries. Look, all those northern borderland countries, they look the same.
I love that there's a few characters you never mention, including Tom, and I'm very happy about that.
I know, it's so funny.
Tom is so useless.
He skipped over so many characters' names. But you know what?
I know. You skipped over Barrelon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, Min exists.
Min.
Yes.
And then Nynaeve tracks Lan, and that's step one of their romance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Look, we're going through 14 books, and we don't got all night.
15.
The bitch hadn't had food yet, so...
I don't think we're going to do the 15 tonight, but we can do as many as we can.
We can make it a two-parter as long as we don't record the whole thing tonight, because I haven't eaten.
No.
Matt, Rand, and Tom go to Bail Domon's ship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they go on the ship, and then Rand's on the mast, and then he sees the Tower of Genies on
Kenji.
on the bank of the river, and he's like, "Yo, that's a big white dick. I want that. I want to ride that," because he's gay and he's a twink.
Oh.
But he doesn't get to ride the Tower of Genies.
No, he doesn't.
Mm-mm.
And
You also didn't mention wolves at all.
Yeah.
oh yeah, Perrin does wolf things and runs into white cloaks and shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And murders them.
Yes.
Yeah, murder to martyr, whatever.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
But everything else was pretty good.
Everything else is pretty good. I mean, let's say you took some liberties. You know,
Well, it's my interpretation.
especially with the descriptions.
It's a gay rewriting of The Wheel of Time.
There you go.
Yes.
And we are
And
fine
so-
with that.
We support that.
Okay, next one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Great Hunt.
The great cunt. Okay, so Rand and Matt and Perrin are together because Barney didn't bitch out of filming The Wheel of
Oh my
Time,
God.
and Matt is with them
in 1991.
in this.
Over 20 years ago.
And
30 years ago.
I said over 20 years ago. It's 30, not over 20?
I'm sorry, Matt. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Please keep going.
Padden Fane, who is like the Gollum of this series, like skitters off with the dagger that Matt needs to live, even though Matt's being a bitch and him dying would not really affect the plot that much at this point. And they follow him, and like it's creepy because like Padden Fane is so bad that like even the Trollocs and the Fades are scared of him, and I think like he even nails a Fade to the floor. In the meantime, Moraine and Siwan are fingering each other in a wagon while Egwene and Nynaeve are learning from Aes Sedai on the way to the White Tower. And like Theron's there, and she teaches them some shit. And then like I'm sure there's something going on with like other people. Like, oh, the Sanchan like exist, like they're off in the thing. And then we get like maybe one classroom scene of Nynaeve and Egwene in inclusive Hogwarts, inclusive lesbian Hogwarts, before they get sent off by Siwan to do like dark friend hunting. And because they're stupid, they trust Leandrin, who has like the least trustworthy character in the books. Like literally, it takes a brain cell. Like it takes 2 brain cells to not trust Leandrin. Unfortunately, Nynaeve and Egwene share 1 brain cell. And then so Rand, I don't know if Rand gets separated from the others, but like he goes to this flicker world where there's some like, I don't know, magical walking turd dick looking things called Groms or whatever. And Rand meets Selene, and because he's stupid, he doesn't realize that she's the daughter of the night. And also she converts him to being straight because...
Oh, there's a whole conversion camp
Oh, my.
in the portal world.
Heavens.
Well, I don't know how Rand went from being straight to being, gay to being straight, because obviously he was
Okay.
meant for Matt Cawthon, and they were meant to be together.
Okay.
But like, yeah, Selene seduces him, and he's stupid, and he doesn't realize that she's Lanfear, and she does the whole Wuthering Heights thing, like the video with like Kate Bush, like doing her seductive dance in her little dress, and I'm not gonna sing for y'all because I can't hit those notes, but she's like, I'm horny for you, and let me into your pussy. And Rand's like, okay. So then he goes back to like the regular world, and then like I think they travel over to Falma. Is it Falma? Falme?
Yep.
It is indeed a place.
Tanchico? No. Ebudar. Is that the city? Ebudar?
You had it right.
Finally is right.
Okay, Falme. So meanwhile, the women, they've been tricked into Leandrin, the skank ass hoe. They get tricked by her into being slaves from the Sanchan. And we're just not going to talk about that because I don't like the topic of slavery right now because it's
Who gets turned? Who is captured?
Egwene and Elaine, Elaine exists, and Nynaeve. The 3 of them get captured and turned into
Okay.
Damane. Sarath might be there, I don't know. And they meet some other Aes Sedai who were in the tower in the last book or whatever, but like now they're not. And then Rand and Ishii have big sex in the sky, and like they just like going after it doggy style. And then Rand subdues Ishi in the sky, and then Matt blows a bunch of guys, and then he blows the Horn of Valir, and then it brings back a bunch of dead people, and it also gives Matt responsibility that he cannot handle because he's worthless. And then like that's when like everyone's, oh no, right, this big giant gay ginger twink is the dragon reborn. Oh no, the dragon's here. So like then all the false dragons are like, oh no, I'm not. You caught me. I'm the false dragon. Except for Logain, and we don't know what he's doing because he's barely a character in most of these books. That's it.
By this time, Logain has been sealed and is in the White Tower.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's something we have to say first. Is that only Egwene is being captured and enslaved.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Min was also captured, but is not enslaved. She's just captured.
I can't keep track of all these people.
And then Nynaeve and Elaine rescue them.
Yes.
That's right. That's true.
Thus, the Scooby-Doo adventures begin.
There's one town that you completely skipped. Do you remember which town?
Yeah. Karheim. Aludra, fireworks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Good. Yeah.
It went boom. They made it go boom boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tom is alive.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to keep talking about him, honestly?
I mean,
Because he's a major character and we like him in the books.
Not all of us do.
mostly.
And also, Bran discover politics.
Mm-hmm. There's the game
Of Thrones.
Of houses.
At some point, I will say that Rand managed to get the horn and the dagger back, and then 100 pages later, he lost them again. Because it is what it is.
Yeah.
You also forgot the beginning where Rand is called before Suan and Lan like trains him on how to talk, and then he's told he's the Dragon Reborn.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, and then there's like someone tries to kill Sawan, or they try to kill Rand or something, and like
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, Ingtar. Ingtar, the character you didn't mention.
Yes. But mentioned in the I think you mentioned it in...
But why did Ingtar's the Lord of... Oh wait, no, he's not the Lord of Faldar, is he?
That's Agilmar.
Agilmar, yeah. Ingtar is the guy who was the dark friend, but he was like the sad dark friend who we like.
Yes.
Yes.
And then there's the dude who like sniffs booties. Like he has that...
Can you name that guy?
Can we get a name?
Julian something or other.
No. That's another character.
It's a J word.
Nope, that's a whole nother character.
His name is Thomas.
It's not.
His name is Huron.
Oh, Huron. Like the lake.
Sure.
Huron, yep.
God, all these fucking characters. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's only 2,800. Why are you bitching?
Why can't you keep track of it?
We are 3 books into it. We can do it. The Dragon Reborn. What happened in that one?
Okay, so it's like cold now. Like I think there's wintertime stuff happening. Because like...
It's cold. Set the scene for us.
Yeah, it's cold. And Rand is like being all whiny and emo, like, oh, I'm the Dragon Reborn, like, oh, such a whiny brat twink type. And like he goes off on his own, and Moraine's like, God damn it, I just got these motherfuckers together again. And then Rand goes and leaves. And then Perrin meets Gaul on the way to look for Rand. And then they have sex a lot. And then Fael appears for some fucking reason that nobody knows and nobody cares. Because Gaul and Perrin and Bane and Chiat are like having a foursome, and it's hot, and Fael's not there because she's annoying. And let's see what else happens. Oh shit. Egwene and Nynaeve and the testing thing happens in the Tarvalon place. And Matt gets cleansed. He gets cleansed by a big old BJ from Galad and also the Aes Sedai. And then he and Galad and Gawain have a very erotic sword fight, and they get hot and they get sweaty and they press their bodies together, and it's very erotic. And that happens in Tarvalon. And Moraine and Swan don't get to finger each other in this book because they're not together. They go to not Tyr, not quite yet. There's a city in like this marshy area, and it has like pretty colorful rooftops, and Moraine and the people with her are like, oh, a Forsaken runs the city now. like he owns all the people, like he owns the nobility in the city. And they're like, oh, we should do something about that. And Maureen's like, no, because then there would only be like a few more books and we need more books to fill out space. And that's when Fael happens. And in my version, she just dies after we get introduced to her, because we don't need her. Perrin has Gaul and Bane and Chiad. Why would he need Fael? I'm going to get so canceled for that. Oh, speaking of cancelable characters, I think we also meet Berylane. Do we meet Berylane yet? Okay, we meet Berylane. And then Rand's being he's being a little punk, being emo. We don't really see a lot of him because he's mostly by himself. And then we get to the Stone of Tyr, and the Aiel are there for some fucking reason. And then Matt penetrates it with his spear. And then all the I also don't fucking know how Egwene and Nynaeve get down to Tyr, but they do because plot reasons. After they go through their like testing, like they go through some testing stuff, I think.
Do they though?
I don't know. I know Nynaeve goes through the thingy with the different stuff. The twisted arch Tangreal.
Oh, there's the name.
Oh yes, that's actually a good name.
And then they all get to Tyr, and they get to the big nipple titty, which is the Stone of Tyr, the titty of Tyr, which is impenetrable unless you're one of the mommy milkers. And then there's fights. And then Rand whips his dick out, and he calls it Kalendor, and he uses his magical dick powers to destroy lots of things. But then there's a girl or a child who dies, and he's like, "Oh no, I couldn't save one."
Well, okay, no.
That's not this book anymore.
Oh shit. Okay. So he grabs Kalendor, the sword and the stone, Excalibur figure of this particular series. And then that's when he embraces being the Dragon Reborn. He's like, now I'm the Dragon Reborn. I was running from it, but now I am the Dragon Reborn. Maybe. I don't know.
But what does he do with Kalendor at the end of the book 3?
He kills Trollocs.
No.
He proclaims himself the Dragon Reborn.
I mean, true.
But who does he kill?
Oh, he kills Ishi.
Yes.
Yes.
There it is.
And we also have another Forsaken who dies.
Yes.
Oh.
In like maybe the best way. Or my favorite way.
I don't know. Honestly, is it not Samael?
The one that is pointless, that shows up, do a big speech, and then gets bell-fired.
And Maureen is like, get fucking wrecked.
I don't remember. There's 13 of these motherfuckers.
It's Bilal.
Who the fuck is Bilal?
Exactly.
That is the point. One of my favorite things that you said, Matt, was when you were like, and Egwene and Nynaeve and Elaine don't go to Tyr, not yet. And they, in fact, do very much go to Tyr.
I don't know this shit.
They're in like the outskirts of Tyr, where there are the roofs and the stilts and stuff. Like it's very muddy, but they are in Tyr.
You got that.
Matt did mention that, like, I think it was Moraine and other went to another city, and that was Ilion.
Ilion, yeah, that's the one.
And there was indeed a Forsaken there, and they did not fight the Forsaken there because it was too powerful or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matt rescues the girls with Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that is kind of it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. This is where Matt's luck comes in.
Yeah.
Matt gets lucky.
Oh, you mean that, Matt?
Oh yeah. Isn't this? Oh yeah. And there was the Bubbles of Evil.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Bubbles of Evil.
Oh no, that's in book 4. That's the beginning of book 4, right?
I think it starts in this one though.
What Bubble of Evil do you have in book 3? Because I remember in beginning book 4, it's like...
Oh no, it's the Shadow Rising. You're right.
Yeah.
It is. You're right.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the beginning of Shadow Rising.
It is. It's the very beginning of Shadow Rising.
Okay.
Sorry, we gave away some of... We're cheating a little bit. We're giving you a hint.
Whoopsie.
I wasn't listening to y'all, so...
Perfect. Thank you.
I will mention regarding the Dragon Reborn that Matt and Tom first go to Camlin, and then they find out that Morgase is not really ruling over Camlin anymore, and it's that weird guy that turns out to be a Forsaken later on.
Robin?
Yeah. And that's why they go to Tyr to save the girls.
Yes.
See, my knowledge of the Wheel of Time is...
non-linear.
It's very non-linear, and I can remember some shockingly obscure things.
Mm-hmm.
that would surprise people, and then just like totally miss complete plot points because I didn't care about them.
That's fine.
I mean, that's fair.
Do you want to try out the Shadow Rising?
Yeah.
Because there's a big one.
There's a big one, but there's 300 pages of it that we don't care.
Oh god. So in the Shadow Rising, that's when Rand tries to save the person and they die, and Rand's like, "Oh no, I'm sad. I couldn't save the one."
I'm going to have to pull you back a little bit. Why does Rand try and save the person?
Because it was like a kid or something.
Right, but what happened to the kid?
Oh, I don't know.
What led up to the child needing saving?
Oh, there was an attack. Like a Trolloc attack on the tier.
On the tier, yep.
And because on the stone, on the mommy milker of tier, because Trollocs like them nips too. Hi, Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin, I guess.
So after that, it's the last time all of our characters are together until the very... Actually, it's the last time they're ever together, because I don't think they even come together at the very end. Oh, Allie, don't listen to this episode, by the way. Allie, if you're here right now, just go, shoo. Gus, make sure Allie is not listening.
Yeah, Gus doesn't allow Allie to listen to other podcasts.
Yes.
Okay. So they split up and like, shit. So Rand and Egwene, at least, Rand and Egwene and Matt, they go east towards the spine of the world with Moraine and some others and the Aiel.
Where are they going?
To the Aiel Waste.
Okay. Same
thing. And let's see. Matt and Rand get naked and they walk to Ruidian. I know that they don't actually have to get naked, but I'm making it gender equal.
You're right.
You're right, and you should.
Either everyone gets naked or nobody does, okay?
Yeah, like exactly. Like, why make the women get naked to go to Ruidian if you're not going to make the men do the same thing? Like, come on, Robert Jordan. Like, stop with your fetishes. Mm-hmm. And then we meet a lot of the Aiel, most of whom are actually insufferable characters and not badasses, and just really painfully dull to read about because they are all one-note characters of, oh, you must have honor. We have the system of Jiet-To and shit like that. And we're tough warriors based on a conglomeration of different cultures, and we're all tough. And we're going to be romanticized by Carhinians in later books, and also be romanticized by fans who totally miss the point of romanticizing other cultures on Twitter of Time. So they meet the Aiel, most of whom are not interesting characters at all. And most of them are also kind of mean. But then there's Avienda. I think we meet Avienda. I'm sure we meet Avienda at this point. I'm sure we have met her at this point, and she's cool. And Perrin is doing something gay out somewhere else in the world. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Oh, he's going back to the Two Rivers. He's going back to the Two Rivers for some reason. I don't know why. And I don't really care because that was a boring storyline.
I'm sorry. That's actually my favorite Perrin storyline.
I know. That's the gag.
Wait, is the Battle of Emond's Field in this book?
Yes.
Okay, so that was interesting. Yeah, I'll give you that was interesting.
Jesus Christ.
I thought that was in the Lord of Chaos for some reason.
No.
Okay, so I think while we're in Ruidian, Matt gets hung by a tree or something because he's an idiot. Mm-hmm. And he also gets like all the knowledge of all the fucking generals of history or whatever. And then we learn that the Wheel of Time takes place in the far future Earth after the bore was open, after Lanfear slid open the bore and stuck her fingers into the bore to moisten it up. And then the bore just spilled out everywhere.
Are you saying that Lanfear fingered the bore?
Lanfear fingered the bore, yes.
Title of the episode.
And then the boar squirted?
And then the boar squirted.
What?
So the boar is a squirter.
The boar is a squirter.
Wow. Impressive.
So then Rand comes back with his 2 dragon tattoos, and Couladin's like, no, it's me. I'm the real dragon, because I have one personality trait, and it's having a Napoleon complex. And then they fight about that. I'm sure there's some shit going on with the Sanchan, and Perrin fights the Two Rivers, or he fights with the Two Rivers because Trollocs try to take over. And I think Varen's there. I think she does some cool shit with the one power to like repel the Trollocs or something. I haven't talked about Elaine and Egwene and Nynaeve, and I'm pretty sure that
Elaine and Egwene are being trained by the Aiel Wise Ones, or at least Egwene and Avienda are. I don't know what Elaine's doing, and I frankly don't care. She's probably at this point having baths.
What is Nynaeve doing?
Getting over her block.
No. This has my favorite Nynaeve scene in it.
Mm-hmm.
She's asking people if Lamb will ride alone.
No.
We are 4 books in. We are 4 books in, Matthew.
That's the one scene that people never shut the fuck up about on Twitter time.
Yeah, and am I most people? Am I most people, Matthew?
No, sweetie, you're not.
Oh my god.
I don't know what she's doing.
Who is Nynaeve's main antagonist?
Oh, she's Moghedien.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's the one.
She and Moghedien. So she and somebody else go to a different city that's more out west.
I'll give you this one because even I forget about it most of the time. It's Terabon.
Yes, that's fair.
It's ruled by a woman who's like, I don't do anything. I'm just like a business figure.
The Panarch.
The Panarch, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they serve Chinese food there, or at least it's coded as Chinese food.
Okay.
That is accurate. They do use chopsticks.
Yes.
Why are they in Terabon at all?
And they're doing...
They're looking for one of the seals of the Dark One.
No.
Nope.
They are
What have they been tasked to do?
to hunt down the Black Aja.
That's the one.
And who is with Nynaeve there?
Elaine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
And they fight Moghedien, and it sounds like a big epic scene, but like if you just looked at it from the outside, it's just 2 pissed off women staring at each other from across the room. So it's very sapphic.
Mm-hmm.
It is great.
Yeah.
But then Moghedien gets away because Nynaeve's block.
Uh-huh.
And then there's like a Chrysler dealership logo or something also in the museum.
It's the Mercedes-Benz logo, but yes.
Yeah,
Mercedes-Benz, yeah.
It's so funny that you remember that.
I tell you, like the things I remember are just so random.
So tell me more about Rand and the Aiel.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the igloo scene yet?
No.
Is this where he fucks Avienda? Okay.
It is not.
Oh, and Min is somewhere around at some point doing things.
Barely. I don't even know if Min's in this book.
I don't think she's in this book.
She is in this book. Of course she is.
Oh, no, she is. Yes, she is. Oh, my God. Of course she is. Of course she is. Jesus Christ.
The plot parts that Matt hasn't mentioned at all.
Yes.
That hasn't been mentioned yet. Yeah.
Yes.
But let's keep going with Rand and the Aiel.
Mm.
Rand and the Aiel. What does Rand do in the Waste?
He declares himself he who comes with the dawn.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And what happens with him and the Aiel as a whole?
Oh, he's like, you have to follow me. And they're like, okay. But some of them are like, no, we're going to follow Couladin instead.
Kind of, yes.
But why? Why are there some people not believing Rand?
Because they're prejudiced against wetlanders.
Why is there a breaking of the Aiel? Like, what does Rand tell them?
Oh, Rand tells them that the Aiel are actually former Aes Sedai. No.
What?
No, not Aes Sedai. They are former Tuatha'an.
Mm-hmm.
They were the guardians of the Aes Sedai, and the Tinkers are the ones who maintained their traditions since the breaking, but the Aiel are the ones who strayed from it.
Okay.
And it gives the Aiel existential dread and lots of midlife crises, and some of them can't handle it and unsubscribe from life, or decide to follow Couladin instead.
My heavens.
Okay. You kind of touched on Matt as well.
He gets speared
And then,
in the pussy.
yes, he gets his spear. And there's one other real big thing that happens in this book.
A very big, significant thing.
No, Moraine doesn't die yet, or she doesn't get taken to the Yeet portal yet.
No.
Nope.
Is it with Matt? Which
No.
character does it evolve?
I'm not telling you that.
No, just tell me the character and I can guess it.
No, because that gives it away.
3 minutes ago, we were saying, yes, Min is in this book for something very important, and we haven't mentioned Min yet. What is she doing?
Yes.
She has a foretelling or something.
No.
She has a few, but...
She's in the White Tower.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, this is when Swan gets overturned.
Yes.
That's the one.
Deposed, yes.
Deposed. She and Leanne get deposed, which was... I blocked that. I straight up blocked that from my memory because it was painful to read.
That's fair.
Not in like a bad way. It was just like, it was sad.
And then she escapes with the help of...
Galad.
No.
Damn. Gawain? No, that twat wouldn't do anything good for anybody.
No.
Slightly. Gavin did help a little bit, but it's not
Barely.
barely. He agreed to close his eyes.
Min and Swan escape with the help of...
Our favorite mistress of the kitchens.
Oh, Lenny. No, that's more gays people. Skanky Milk. Milky Stain. Laris.
Laris, yes. Did you say Milky Stain?
I did.
Milky. Oh my goodness.
So I think it was a struggle, but you got most of it. One thing that I do want to mention is like Band, Matt, and Moraine going through the door to the Finn world in Tyr, and Matt going through a similar door in Iridian, and that's how he gets like all those fancy trinkets.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's pretty much it.
That's true.
Also, Asmodean is captured.
Yes.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Uh-huh.
And Rand discovers his gayness.
Once again.
Again, after Lanfear tried to...
Because he lost it.
Yeah, he lost it, but now he's trying to find it.
He rediscovers his gayness with Asmodean.
It's not gonna last, Sue.
No, it's not, unfortunately.
Do we want to do another book?
I think we did 5. I think 5 is good. I think we could next time do the next 5 and then finish with the last 4 in another episode.
That sounds good.
My map meter's starting to run out.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed this.
I love how more interesting you are making these books.
I know, it's good. Like, damn, I should read these books. I gotta read this.
It's like, suddenly there's gay orgies everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of fingering.
Lots of fingering, lots of...
It's Lanfear fingering the boar is definitely an image.
Yeah, Lanfear fingering the boar and then the boar squirting is...
The Dark One... So the boar is the Dark One's vagina.
In this metaphor, yes.
So the Dark One is squirting.
The Dark One is squirting.
The Dark One is squirting.
I just tweeted it.
Perfect.
You need to stop tweeting our episode titles.
You keep giving it away.
I didn't tweet the episode title. I just tweeted...
What did you say?
Lanfear fingered the boar and the boar squirted the taint everywhere. This is how the Dark One came to power. It is known.
Oh my god.
It's a sneak preview.
You keep doing this. You keep tweeting the episode titles.
It's like a toddler with no impulse control.
You gotta tantalize the audience. You gotta titillate them. You gotta edge them.
I mean, to be fair, that episode won't come out until at least a month, so people will have forgotten by then.
Oh, no one's gonna remember this.
This is true. That's a good point.
Twitter has the memory of like a goldfish.
Yeah.
On this, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Queers of Time podcast. We hope it was entertaining. If you want more of us, we have a Twitter. We're on Discord. Our Discord server is great. You should join us. We're also on TikTok and Instagram, but are we really? That's unclear. If you want to support us, we also have a Patreon. We appreciate every single one of our patrons because producing a podcast is expensive. So on this, see you next time. I'm actually not sure whether we're going to do 3 episodes in a row about that, or are we going to do that like every so often?
No, because episode 50 has to be our Glee episode. So I think we're going to do, break it up a little bit.
Oh god, I forgot about the Glee episode.
So this will be part 1.
Don't worry, I won't prepare for the other ones either.
Perfect.
We know.
We expect nothing less. Or nothing more, I should say.
So far, the Soireen Cup has 5,000 votes so far.
Oh.
Wow.
In total, nice.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Look at that.
Pretty cool.
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
I think this episode will come out not even in Pride Month anymore.
It's you know what? Every month is Pride Month. It's fine.
Yeah, it should be Pride Month every month.
If you're gay, if you're queer, every month is Pride Month. And so I'm sticking to it.
On this perfect ending, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all for listening. This was Queers of Time, a Wheel of Time podcast. The music is Dance of the Witches by Julius H.